Hey guys, welcome back. It's Harry here, Harry Hales, and today we have a new topic. Talking about starting an embroidery business. One of the items I'm wearing right now is my my fitness brand, Hales Fitness. As far as the embroidery business, I do it all around for other companies as well as other people's brands, and my brands are ideas that I have. I also started getting into Etsy as well. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, leave a like and comment down below, and we'll get right into it. So what made me get into embroidery? You know, I really like the artistic side of it, and the way I got started was with heat transfer vinyl, and it seemed like the next step up. It is a serious investment. I purchased a Ricoma 15 needle machine. I believe it's a TC 1501. Which takes up a good chunk of space, so keep that in mind. It is very heavy. So my theory was this: so if you watch other people who show you the Ricoma 1501 TC, yes, it is true. Like, I financed my machine. I started an S corporation, got the taxes waived. I can make a video on that. So that saved me a few $100s, at least $1,200 on the purchase price. As far as the payments, it's 0% interest. I believe it's over the course of 60 months to 72 months. And I feel like some people on this platform, they push the narrative of, I don't know everyone's exact payment details, but it could be $200 a month. That's no problem and whatnot. Just keep in mind, it is a serious financial investment. Not saying it's impossible. Not saying you won't do well, but there's more to it than meets the eye. You're taking on a huge financial investment. For me, the reason why the numbers worked, again, it was still a risk, nothing's set in stone, but my theory was this. I started off with heat transfer vinyl. I have an amazing Cricut setup, both doing the permanent vinyl setup as well as heat transfer vinyl, which the machine has paid itself off. I was able to grow, get pretty much every accessory that I needed and wanted, and have excess spools of heat transfer vinyl, as well as upgrading my machine and having 2 heat presses for that machine. So my theory was this: if that machine's already paid off and my payments are about that set price that I mentioned earlier, it's not that hard for me to wing it. Especially, I was doing this already for a few months before getting into embroidery. I only started it this year. I believe my S Corp was started in February or last week of January, and it's been going well. I may have gotten lucky. You might not have the same luck, or you might be better off. I don't know. I'm in New York. I was very familiar with people and had clientele, again, with the heat transfer vinyl custom. So reaching out to those clients or new people now with embroidery was the next step, and offering people better quality at a competitive price. And I've been able to make payments and then some, and it's working out really well. It's a whole setup too, with that machine, knowing your machine setup. The last 2 I was going with was primarily Ricoma. Ricoma had 2 models. I was interested in the 1010 and the 1501. I didn't go with the MT series. I just did the TC. And yeah, it was the best option. And again, as I'm growing this business, not only is the machine itself a very serious investment, everything else that comes with it. So I got lucky. Some orders with huge polo orders, 30, 50 shirts. And I had to invest in something called this, a mighty hoop. This is my first one and only one in my series, but I've been reinvesting back into my company and growing, and I'm looking to expand, either get another one of these, which is I believe the 5-inch square, or get the larger one. The reason why I go with these, the mighty hoops, if you don't know, they have very strong magnets in it, and it makes hooping, which is the process of adhering this onto a shirt, hoodie, whatever you're trying to embroider, with ease. And the whole setup, just to get that, the starter, is like excess over $500. So again, everything that comes with this game is very pricey, and you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You know, backing, topping, and you know, even if you got the finances, it's a huge learning curve, at least if you're new to this. I was new to this. I'm still new. I'm learning everything, and learning how to digitize, which depending on the job I get, I've been able to do it with auto digitizing or learning it slowly with simple logos, but you have to outsource it too, which that eats into your profits as well. But depending on the size order, you can kind of curve it, or you can include a digitizing fee when charging a customer. And it's a lot of trial and error, I would say. I messed up a shitload of hats, hoodies, shirts, eating away at my profits. But again, if you want to get into it, and you're okay with that risk factor and the huge financial task at hand, I would say go for it. I'm not a financial investor at all. I weighed the numbers, and again, it made sense to me. You know, for me to pump out that payment a month, I could do that just on the heat transfer vinyl end, just because my machine's already paid off. In combination of both, why not? That's how I did it. You know, and it's a gamble that is paying off currently, and I like it. I'm able to offer a different service to reach new clients, and as well as expand on my current business. And it's been taking off again because it's that higher quality and more permanent solution for people's branding needs as well as my own. You know, from when I started, when I did Hales Fitness, I had these printed on with the heat transfer vinyl. My opinion, it looks trash. If you're gonna do a fitted or any hats, you gotta go embroidery. It's the only way to go. As far as overall, I mean, don't get it wrong. You can do without the mighty hoop. I did it for a while. It comes with a lot of hoops on its own, like basically 2 of each, so you can do it. It's just a lot more labor intensive of making sure it's square, lining it up. There's a little knob to make sure you have the correct sizing on it when you hoop a shirt, and sometimes it'd be too tight, sometimes too loose, and that eats up out of your time. Again, I was getting lucky with very, very small orders, except for the caps. Caps just have something called a cap driver. You hoop that, put it on, just make sure there's only 2 sizes really. It's a good, comfortable tightness around the cap driver. Send it in, and that's it. Check your bobbins, tensions, oil your machine. One huge thing, make sure you know your maintenance. Point blank period. That will be costly. It hasn't cost me anything. I look after my baby. This is your baby. It's a huge investment. Do not cheap out on anything. There's a white lithium grease that you got to apply. I believe it's every 3-4 months. I visually do a visual inspection if it even looks like it's wearing off. If it's after 2 months, depending how heavy use, a little bit won't hurt. Just monitor your machine. As far as the oil, continuous running, it is advised that every 4 hours of continuous use, oil machine. It's just like a car. If you're not familiar with cars, make sure you oil your machine. That is preventative maintenance. If you do not oil your machine, you're gonna pay in the end. I only seen YouTube videos of people of it just going awry, and I'm pretty sure you don't want that problem, nor do I. So yeah, I also was looking at the Melco. Melco is also very competitive. It was a little more expensive. My personal opinion, I gave Racoma a shot and just felt like more of an industrial machine. I could be wrong. I never tried a Melco machine, just watched a lot of videos. It was a little above my price point, but they had a sale going on with Racoma, and I was able to get a good deal. They had an 8-in-1 hoop also included with my purchase, and I got the premium version for the digitizing software called Chroma Inspire, which I only got for a few $100s more, and to me it's been worth it. If you're looking to take the leap, do your research. Do your research. Before I even pulled the trigger on this, I was debating every day for a month and a half straight, and to some people that might not even be enough time. Some people that's too much time. For me, that's what worked. I was weighing the numbers, and then I decided to go for it. I think they said about a month delivery time. I remember it getting less than 10 days. It might have been quicker than a week, to be honest. Again, Might have been the demand at the time. I don't know if it's how it's looking these days with shipping. Make sure you have someone help you carry it up. I mean, I work out, I'm a strong guy. It's awkward weight. It comes in two sections. One is the stand, one is the machine that it's standing on, and it is not light whatsoever. But yeah, if you want to get into embroidery, it's not impossible. It is time consuming. It is a huge learning curve. I'm still learning. I'm still making mistakes. I'm only 6 to 7 months in it, and I decided to make content on this because this is what I've grown into and have it as a relatable platform. I'm still, again, making mistakes. I'm going to continue making mistakes, and maybe this becomes a community in itself, and share and trade tips in the comments section below if you are looking. Oh, one thing that's been great, join the, and it depends on your brand, so like Ricoma, they have a Facebook group. I think it's called Ricoma Connect. You have to input the serial number of your machine to even get access to it, and once that checks out, you get in. Loads of people help you there. You can always call the toll-free line. They're able to help. I haven't had to go that far. I've been able to research most of my answers on Facebook. That Facebook group, as well as an embroidery group that I follow, was able to get most of my concerns alleviated. But I haven't had any too many problems really with the machine. Again, just a huge learning curve. It is frustrating, but you start to understand it more and more, what goes wrong. One of the first things that I encountered, thread breaks. I wasn't understanding how the hell that works at all. In my case, my thread break, two actually instances of thread breaks, it was the bobbin thread. One indicator of that is the thread is still in the needle. So always check your bobbins before you do a project. You don't want to change it out mid-project. You can, but you run the risk of losing registration. Loss of registration means it's not printed straight, and you basically got to throw that out in the garbage if you're taking on that risk, or whatever apparel you're doing. And the other one was a tension issue. I had thread breaks where the thread would literally snap. You also get thread breaks for several other reasons. One major one, not major, a common reoccurring one was the thread was getting shredded. Needle was bad, swapped it out, good to go. Again, you learn all that in time, but if you're looking to start an embroidery business, that's just some things you got to keep in mind. I will go over, sorry, that was my heat press. I just finished another project, heat transfer vinyl. I will go over some of the things that I have in my studio. I'm very fortunate to have a whole room dedicated to all this and have a lot of room to work with. But some of the things that you will need besides the machine itself, I got a pair of scissors just for embroidery. They're very sharp scissors. They can range anywhere from $20 to $40. I suggest you get those. They're very sharp, very high quality, made in Italy. Really good scissors. Here, let me get one right now. So yeah, I'll go more into detail. I believe it's pronounced ginger, G-I-N-G-H-E-R. This one alone was like 40 bucks. But this thing is so sharp, very high quality. You won't regret it. You gotta cut off backing. Anything with these apparel, it's very good. I got several scissors. One is a short one. I also have another one that cuts very close. And they're all the same brand. You have that angle. Again, you don't have to go with these. The one advantage of having a corporation, it's all a write-off. I believe if you're gonna, it's a $16,000 machine, depends on which, even if you go with a cheaper model, Ricoma EM1010, it's an investment at the end of the day. So you're gonna sink thousands of dollars on this machine. It's not gonna hurt me to buy $40 scissors, especially if it's the quality I'm after. These scissors are gonna last a really long time, and I want the best of the best for my machine, maintenance wise too. And yeah, I really suggest, I'll leave a link down to these below. I bought them all on Amazon. Is the applique scissors. To get really close to the garment without cutting the apparel. Very, very good and handy if you want to get into applique. One of the more popular projects, especially for moms, is the mama shirts. And if you're gonna use applique fabric, you need these bad boys. Get right in there, cut it close, and it comes out amazing every single time. Have not been disappointed yet. Been using all these scissors almost every single project, with the exception of applique. Applique, I mean, I use it often. I'm not doing a ton of applique projects, but every single time I'm doing an applique project, I use this bad boy. All the other scissors, constantly using. This is mostly for backing, cutting excess materials, and these I use for pretty much every single project. So yeah, guys, if you want to know more information, you want more videos like this, my name's Harry, here with Harry Hales. If you're new, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and check out the merch, halesprinting.com, where I will be making new apparel, and you can check it out. I'm based here in Astoria, New York. We've got some projects I've been working on here locally in the community with other people, and yeah, man, we're looking to grow. Until the next one, peace.